Man, what's up? What's happening? You already know who it is and what it is. It's your boy Q walking to your first time tuning in. This is Beyond the Game, and I'm gonna go ahead and let my guys introduce themselves. First guy we got up is the Hood Love Me Baby, aka Hot Dog. Go introduce yourself one time for the one time, my guy.
Today is Joe Burrow's daddy. He is officially my son. I have claimed him as my own.
Man, y'all dudes in this daddy stuff, bro. But anyways, we got our very own brand ambassador in the building, Big Brew. Y'all know him as Smith Mello. My guy Daniel in the building. Go introduce yourself one time for the one time.
Man, you know what it is. I ain't claiming no grown man as my son, but LA Rams.
Hey,
He's lying. He talked about Cooper. He talked about Robert Woods last week. Don't let him lie to y'all.
I am Cooper Cup's stepdaddy, but he already,
He said Cooper. I love it.
Cooper Cup, step daddy. I feel that, but. Man, we got a lot to get into today. We got the Super Bowl. We got James Harden. We got the Dame Lillard situation, and we got a lot to get into. But before we do that, Daniel, I got a guy that I'm about to bring to the stage one time.
Now, who you bringing on? Every time you bring somebody on, it's somebody that get on my nerve. Who you bringing on today?
This one don't get on your nerves. At least I don't think so, because I don't think y'all have had any interactions in the Facebook group. But be that as it may,
everybody hates hot dogs.
Well, that is true. But be that as it may, this dude, he's a huge Bengals fan. He's always active in the group, and he's always posting Bengals stuff. So let me just bring on to the stage without further ado. My dude, Willie Mays, up in the building. Say what's happening, Willie.
What's happening, everybody?
Good, man.
Okay, I ain't had no beef with this guy. He's got all the Bengals stuff on. Beef. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show.
So we got my dude Willie, who's a huge Bengals fan. For those who are watching, and y'all probably know, Willie has been on my neck for about the past 8 weeks about these damn Bengals. And I'm about tired of hearing about these Bengals from him, Adam Kent, Vance Wade. Yes, I'm sick of it. So let's get right on into it with our Super Bowl predictions. We have Daniel's Los Angeles Rams against Willie's Cincinnati Bengals. I can't wait to hear what y'all got to say. But before we do that, Hot Dog, what's your predictions and give me a score on this game, sir?
Man, I picked the Bengals to win every game they played in the playoffs. Y'all thought I was crazy. I'm going to keep the train going. The Joe Burrow train, I'm going to keep it going. Bengals win this game 35-31.
Damn, you got a high scoring game. We got 35-31. So Daniel, he saying your Rams defense is trash, bro. That's what I just heard from that one. I mean, if Joe Burrow's putting up points like that, that's what I just heard. So Daniel, he got 35-31. Cincinnati Bengals. He got Joe Burrow throwing a party on Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. What you got on this score, on this game, my guy?
I saw and I don't even know if it's real, because at some point I'm starting to think these Simpson predictions, some of them are fabricated just for social media.
You never know, man. You never know.
I saw a picture. I don't know how old the episode was supposed to be, but it had the Rams. Well, it didn't say Rams. It said LA versus Cincinnati for the Super Bowl. Yep. But the helmet was white. So I'm assuming it was the Chargers for my good juju. But they had 34-31 Bengals. But honestly, the Rams was the number one pass rush win rate in the NFL this year. I think the Bengals were 30th in pass block rush win rate. Sorry about that. So I don't know. I can see this game going one of two ways. I feel like if the game's close in the fourth quarter, the Bengals can win, but I could also see the game being kind of not that competitive because of the Bengals offensive line. So I will probably go Rams. I think we could score 30. I might go 30. They kick a lot of field goals. 30-24 Rams.
30-24 Rams. So he got his Rams winning by 6 points, 2 field goals, 1 touchdown. As Willie over there strokes his beard like, bro, you tripping. I don't know what you on right now. So Willie, tell us about your Bengals and tell us about what they're going to do in this game and what's the score going to be.
Well, Daniel made a good point. You don't know what you're going to get with our offensive line. They've been kind of bad all year. Step it up in spurts. I mean, I think in order for us to win, T. Higgins is the key.
He's my X factor in this game, Willie. He's my X factor.
Most definitely. I feel like Jamar Chase will, I say, 6 catches, 70, 80 yards, hopefully a touch. But I'm going to take my Bengals 27-24. Money Mac with the field goal.
27-24.
That's why you draft kickers, man. Why you draft kickers?
Shoot, man.
I ain't gonna lie. When we drafted the kicker, I was thrown off. I said, "What we just do?" I ain't gonna lie. When we drafted
Good thing y'all
did. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
That damn kick is the reason why y'all playing in the Super Bowl right now.
Oh, hey, watch your mouth. My son's the reason they're there. Watch your mouth.
Who?
Your son is nice.
Joe Burrow,
is nice, but
watch your mouth.
That put the kicker we had last year, he had to go. Goodness.
Man, look, the Cincinnati Bengals are in the Super Bowl because of Eli Apple. Like, let's keep it 100. If it
what? You watch your mouth, Q. You watch your mouth. You know I don't like Eli Apple. Watch your mouth.
That would not be in the Super Bowl. But for my prediction, let me go ahead and get, just because I'm sick and tired of Willie, I'm sick and tired of Adam, and this is purely from my heart.
No.
Don't you cheer for the Bengals. Don't you cheer for the Bengals.
No, we don't need that from the heart, Q. We need we need it from the brain. We need it from the brain child. Who's winning this game?
It's hard for me, right? And I'm gonna tell you why it's hard. I don't want the Rams to win because I don't want to hear Daniel's damn mouth no more. I don't want the Bengals to win because I don't want to hear their mouth no damn more. So I'm in the catch-22 position. I kind of want them to call the game off due to COVID. So I really don't know what I want to happen. But if I had to decide, look, man, to be quite honest, I feel like the Rams pass rush, their front four or their front seven can get to Joe Burrow. They really don't have to blitz too much of the game. So therefore, that allows Jalen Ramsey and those guys to do what they do and try to lock down the secondary without having to really give up too much of anything. Daniel, you alluded to this. Y'all really don't have to call too many blitzes because y'all can get to Joe Burrow with just 4. So therefore, that allows y'all to do what y'all do on defense, which is press and ball hawk. So for me, I want to go along the lines of what Willie has for the score, 27-24, 21-17 type of ball game. So let me get the Los Angeles Rams 21-17 in this ball game. I think Matthew Stafford comes out. I think he throws for like 275, 2 touchdowns in this game. I think Joe Burrow actually does show up, though. I think Joe Burrow matches him. It's just that they don't have enough talent to really overcome the Rams defense. So let me get the Rams in this matchup. 21-17.
Don't have enough talent for the Rams defense.
Nope.
Hey, hot dog, that's good. He went with Daniel.
I ain't listening to that. I ain't listening to that. You know what? Q ain't been right this whole playoffs. So keep it up, Q. That's fine.
All I need to do is be right one time. That's it.
Just and you know what? Daniel is the only reason I don't hate the Rams because Daniel really don't talk that much. Regular season or playoffs.
See,
so I ain't gonna say because I don't want the Rams to win.
He's waiting for them to win the Super Bowl. Then he's gonna let y'all have it. See, with me, I know exactly what he's up to.
Now we waiting for y'all, man.
See, I ain't gonna lie, Daniel. You might be the only Rams fan I know.
I know 3, include Daniel. I actually work with 2 Rams fans. They're young guys, but they're Rams fans.
Marcus Allen, he graduated with you.
Okay, I forgot about Marcus. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Q, you talk about these Bengals fans. Now you understand why we didn't like the Bucs last year. Because you and Ike were like that horrible toothache that just wouldn't go away. It was just nagging the whole season. And it just now went away. We just finally got enough money to go to the dentist and got rid of y'all.
But see, we had Tom Brady. They got Joe Burrow. That's a big difference. You know what I'm saying?
Joe Burrow, nice.
He's decent.
I didn't need to give Q no hell when we beat
Joe Burrow's decent. I know at least 10 quarterbacks better than Joe Burrow.
I mean, here we go. I know you ain't talking.
You got to put him in that 8-9 range. 7, 8, 9, 10 range.
Yeah, exactly. 12, 13, 14.
They had they went. They're going to go.
No, not 12, 13, 14.
They had the number 1 pick last year, and they in the Super Bowl. Stop this.
That's only because Burrow got hurt, but yeah.
Show some respect. No. I'm talking about the year that Joe Burrow got drafted. They were number 1. This was 2021. They had the number 1 pick. No, sorry, 2020. I'm sorry, 2020. They had number 1 pick. 2 years later, they in the Super Bowl. Come on, Q. Stop hating, man. At the end of after Sunday, this Bengals jersey goes back in the closet. And you'll never see it again.
What'd you say, Daniel?
I said, besides the O-line, they have a good team.
Oh yeah, and their defense is good. It's just they don't have any star players in their defense, but they got a good defense. It's just doesn't have a lot of stars on it.
Bengals just got lucky. That's all. They got lucky a few.
They would have beat y'all.
My whole thing is if they kick field goals like they be kicking, settling for field goal, they get you to the 10-yard line and settle for a field goal. I just don't see that cutting it if they do.
No, I don't. I think we got to score touchdowns to beat you. I really do.
Oh, absolutely.
See, told y'all Eli Apple's a star. I told y'all Eli
Apple is not a star.
He's the reason why y'all hurt.
Eli Apple don't make that tackle though, y'all lose that game.
See what I'm saying? Eli Apple's a star.
Oh man, I can't believe we're having this conversation.
You don't give up 150 yards in the first half.
Right, right.
It wouldn't have mattered if
Tell him, Willie,
or him. They was gonna get cooked.
But Eli Apple's been in the league how many years, and he's been getting torched ever since then.
Bro,
he went in the
wait a minute. Hold up. I'm putting a stop to this right now. I am not using any more BTG airtime on Eli Apple. I'm done. I'm cutting it off right now. He don't deserve our airtime.
So before we get Willie out of here, let me ask Willie and Daniel these two quick questions. Willie, what do the Bengals have to do in order to come out with a victory this Sunday? What do you think they have to do in order for them to win Sunday?
Yeah, we got to contain Aaron Donald somehow. I mean, you're not gonna stop him, but we got to slow him down somehow. Screen plays, something like that, draws, whatever it may be. But I mean, if he's himself and he's doing what he's doing, man, we in trouble because our offensive line is suspect.
Okay.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I don't know one person on the offensive line who really, nobody on the offensive line can take him one-on-one.
No.
So we're going to have to double. We're going to have to chip. So, I mean, what is it? Uzama,
and he will be playing Sunday. I like it.
He will be a big piece in order for us to win.
That's a big thing too. We don't know yet if Tyler Higbee will play. If Tyler Higbee plays, he's a hell of a mismatch. He's almost like Uzama. I don't know which one of them are faster, but they both pretty athletic.
Right.
Yeah, I think I would say they're the same, honestly. But I mean, Blanton, he looked good too, so I don't feel like you might not lose anything with him.
We always draft the athletic tight end. My thing is, there's really only two offensive lines that ever kind of negate Aaron Donald. The Packers offensive line, which they always have a top 5 offensive line, and they get the ball out quick. Then the 49ers, they got a top 5 offensive line. They get the ball out quick, and they just run the ball out to avoid Jimmy G. So if they don't do that, which I don't think the Bengals will because Joe Burrow's too good of a player to keep the ball out of his hands.
Yeah.
And even if you slow Aaron Donald down, nobody can guard Von Miller one-on-one. And then people forget about Leonard Floyd on the other side. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know what they'll do. I know they'll still take the deep shots even if it's not open. I know Chase can make some outstanding plays even when he's covered. So I give him a chance there, but I just don't see any type of way, especially when we blitz, I just don't see any type of way that the Bengals can block it.
But here's my thing about that is if the Bengals could get the ball out, I just don't trust anybody in that secondary for the Rams to stop Higgins or Boyd or Uzama. I mean, yeah, of course you got Ramsey back there, but he's probably going to take on Chase the whole game. He might float over and take on Higgins, but I just don't see anybody in that secondary that scares me for the Rams.
Darius Williams is like a Woozier type of player. He's a good cover, but he's not a shutdown corner. And then we got Jalen. We'll get my guy from Oregon back. Right now I'm drawing a blank because he's tricked a couple 49ers games for him, so I hated him. But
are you talking about Long?
No, hell, he's been on IR with a concussion for 3 weeks. It'll come to my name in a minute. Y'all go ahead.
So, but my question for you, Daniel, which pretty much the same thing as the one for Willie. What do the Rams need to do to make sure they come out with the W in this Super Bowl Sunday victory? Who I got y'all winning, so don't let me down.
Yeah, y'all losing, D. Sorry.
I think that we just need to mix it up. I mean, They did exactly what I thought we needed to do. They waited to the playoffs to do it. Run the ball more, and I get it. When you had Sony Michel, he's more of a zone run, rhythm runner. He's not explosive. So when you get Akers back, it makes us a little bit more explosive. So now you run more because when you ask Matthew Stafford to do what Jared Goff did, I mean, he's light years better than Jared Goff and just
absolutely
wide open play action. He's going to hit that 8 out of 10 times. So if they can just run the ball, we don't have to run for like 170 yards, but if they can run for 110 yards, which I think we can do, I think that sets Matthew Stafford up to get around 300 yards, 2, maybe 3 touchdowns. It depends on if we have the lead. I think if we were trailing or something like that, then he'll probably have 3 touchdowns. Honestly, I think, just in my mind, I think the Bengals have to at least score. They have to create some turnovers and at least score 34 points to beat us. That's what I think. I don't see a 21-17 game. I just don't see it.
It's not going to be a low-scoring game, I don't believe.
Low-scoring game. And then, hold on, we not done. We back up in the building. We got one more guest. We got Adam Kent, who is a huge Bengals fan, who just hopped on here onto the show as well. Mr. Adam Kent, let us know what your Super Bowl predictions is, the score, and how it's going to go down.
Oh, you already know. It's 31-27. Who Dey Nation all day long.
Let them know, Adam. Let them know.
Joe knows. Joe Mixon's going to be the player of the game, though. Joe Burrow's going to do his thing, but y'all forgot Joe Mixon, Pro Bowl. He got selected to the Pro Bowl, but said back in December, man, I'm not even going to accept that because we're going to be in the Super Bowl.
I don't believe Joe Mixon's going to have much of a chance.
I'm just telling you, that's my gut feeling.
I like Joe Mixon, but I don't know. Not with that offensive line.
So basically, then you saying the Bengals ain't got a chance Sunday. That's what I heard through your
I'm not saying that, but
I think Matthew Stafford keeps us in the game.
Games are won and lost in the trenches.
100%.
So if you lose the trench battle all day, you're probably not going to win unless you got Tom Brady. And even him, he can't overcome that no more.
No. Well, he done now. He said the Buccaneers were so bad, he done ruined football for him. He quit.
I ain't going to lie, though. We've been beat in the trenches all playoffs, though.
I don't really think, except for what's my name, Max, for the Raiders.
Oh, Max Crosby.
Max Crosby, and then you play Chris Jones. But honestly, I think they might be regretting paying him so early because he's looking like every year he seems like he's slowing down more and more.
Oh, Chris
I
Jones.
haven't really seen y'all play like a great pass rush yet in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Besides Tennessee, but Tennessee can't score. That's their problem.
Yeah, they can't
Ever
score.
since they lost Derrick Henry, they couldn't score no more, really.
Oh, so basically you saying the Bengals got lucky in that Titans game because they didn't have nobody who could score.
They shouldn't have won, but they won. I can't take it away. They shouldn't have
They
won.
came back and beat. They were down 21-3 to the new great quarterback, and they beat them at Arrowhead. Show some respect, Q.
Joe Burrow's daddy, man. He had a good kid, man. He got that heart, man. It's something that everybody.
I've been telling them all playoffs.
You know
I've been telling them all playoffs. The Bengals were going to win every game.
He's different.
I'm not going to quit now.
I'm just being honest.
Well,
he's
Joe Burrow's
man.
Now Patty Mayo's new daddy, right?
Yeah, that's my grandson.
Right.
But
real quick though,
Joe is
about
the
offensive line, right? You know, Joe Burrow, I put this on the group today. Joe Burrow was sacked 51 times this year.
Yes.
51 times. I think it's a record. I'm not 100%. But he still completed 70% of his passes.
Yeah,
Number 1 PFF against the blitz all year long. But
he
y'all
don't
tell
care.
me he's getting lucky.
He don't care.
I didn't say he was getting lucky.
No, not you.
Okay, yeah.
You know who said he was getting lucky? Q up there in the corner.
He's lucky. Joe Burrow got
Why
lucky.
y'all listening to Q for? Why y'all listening to Q? He's been wrong all playoffs. Quit listening to Q.
Hey,
listen to me or Daniel.
Hey, look, exactly. Me or Daniel, because we both got the Rams winning this matchup, and we the only ones who's gonna predict this thing right.
No.
Q, Daniel, I don't know if you want Q riding with you like that because he's been wrong all year.
That's what I've been trying to tell Daniel, man. He better just, I don't know.
When you get beat by somebody, you got to ride with them.
You got to ride with who beat you, so therefore
true.
you can say at least we got beat by the Super Bowl champs. That's what I'm holding on to. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Q, I got a question for you real quick. Back in week 6, when y'all had us predict our top 4 teams,
Here we go.
right? Back in week 6, and I think me and Moody Gentry and Willie Mays was the only one that said anything about the Bengals. All I kept hearing was, "You wrong though." Can I get a?
Hey man, you can tell Adam's been waiting his whole life for this moment. You can tell.
Get him, Wall. Get him, Wall.
I'm in the car driving back from picking my mom up at the airport. I want it on here so bad.
Oh my God!
What you want me to say, Adam? Man, what you want, man? What you want?
Just put a little respect on it. You was right. I didn't say they'd be in the Super Bowl. I just said they'd be in the playoffs.
I don't think anybody guessed y'all'd be in the Super Bowl.
You know what?
I'm not even going to front on that, but I did call the playoffs.
Nah, I can't say I did either.
You know what?
Time ago.
I'll
put a little respect on it, man. You know what? The Bengals deserve to be in the Super Bowl. I will say that. I know I joke around about them being lucky and whatnot, but they do deserve to be in the Super Bowl, and they do deserve this L that they about to take from the Rams. Matter of fact, my 21-17 score. Let me get the Rams 34-10. Bengals only putting up 10 points in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I said it. 34-10. Yeah,
man, I swear.
Hey,
I didn't know Stephen. Look at Stephen A. Walker over here. Yeah, Stephen A. Walker over here.
Cincinnati Bengals. That's who I got in this match.
No, I'll take that back. Stephen A. Smith picked the Bengals to win the Super Bowl. Actually,
y'all lose. Y'all definitely losing them.
Yeah, you Max Walker. That's your name, Max Walker.
But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all fellas coming on here and kicking with us, Adam Kent and Willie Mays. Y'all got anything else y'all want to say before we get on up out here? I know y'all got a lot of shout outs y'all want to say. I know Adam, I know you got something to say you want to say to Ike, so go ahead and get it off your chest, man.
Let him know, man.
I mean, Ike done joined the nation. He done got on the train with Derek Stevenson and all them, I mean, the Bucks are gone. Why not root for the Bengals?
I told them to jinx y'all though.
And Q, you wrong though. I'm just gonna say that. And who that?
So that's the theme of the show today. Q, you wrong though. So if I had a Bengals jersey, you know what? Nah, never man. I ain't gonna go that far. I was gonna say I'll wear a Bengals jersey next show. I ain't doing that. I ain't going.
No, man, I got you. You need one. I got you. I got a couple of them. You need one.
And real quick, you can't see it, but my.
So
my
Q, if we win,
says Bengals.
You
Super
gotta
Bowl.
rock.
Go ahead. I got to do what, Willie?
If we win, you gotta rock Bengals gear. We say what? The first through the preseason, through the first week. How about that?
Yeah. Well, let me think about that one. Let me think about that one. Let me think about that one. So if the Bengals win, I gotta rock Bengals gear from the preseason up to week 1.
Yes.
Hey, it's only 3 weeks now, Q.
You know what? I take that bet. I take that bet. I do that. And you know what?
Lock it in.
I said 34-10 Rams. Scratch that. 37-10 Rams. That's what we're going with it. Just for that bet right there.
Hey, you Bengals fans are looking better and better every time he talks. Y'all looking better.
I'm gonna go make some bets right now.
Look at Daniel. Daniel's like, man, I wish he would shut the hell up.
Man, I bet he does. He's sick of you talking.
I mean, now, like I said, I can only see the game either being close in the fourth quarter or I can see it being a blowout. It just depends. It's kind of hard playing somebody that taught you most of what you know. Not saying he didn't learn some stuff over the last 2-3 seasons, but when a guy knows your tendencies, it's hard to beat him. That's a
good point, D.
That's right.
That's a great point.
You know what I mean? So
I just can't believe we're living in a time that the Bengals are in the Super Bowl. Can't believe it.
COVID ruined the world's algorithm, so nothing's a surprise no more to me. So
So man, I appreciate Adam and Willie hanging on here, kicking it with us, man.
I'm glad y'all got to come on.
I appreciate y'all having me on, man.
We can revisit this again, talk about the game and the score and how the Rams.
Hey, after the Bengals win, y'all can come back on next week.
Y'all more than welcome to come on back next Monday and talk about the Rams victory and how y'all felt when y'all seen that clock struck 0 and the Bengals lost the Super Bowl. That they ain't gonna be back for another 40 years.
I'm gonna be on the show next week.
If the Bengals win
from LA,
I'm gonna be waiting on you to hit me up on StreamYard.
You say, Adam, you gonna come back to tell me I'm wrong?
I'll be back just to tell you you're wrong. Yes, sir.
I already told my people at work, if the Bengals win, I'm calling in Monday and Tuesday. You can hang over.
Let him know, man. Let him know.
Let him know, man.
My route ain't getting no mail.
But and this is from me, and I'm pretty sure Hot Dog and Daniel can attest to this, man. We appreciate all the activity that y'all do in the group,
absolutely.
posting in the comments, man. That means a lot for you guys to do that. Even if it's Beagle stuff, I don't even care, bro. I'm just appreciative of y'all that y'all that active in the group. So for me, from beyond the game to y'all, we appreciate that, man, for real.
I really enjoy the group, man. There's a lot of good insight in there.
Yeah.
You know,
I try to break up the LeBron and
try to break up the
I get tired of the LeBron and MJ stuff, so I got to throw something else out there because that
has started to slowly die down. Thank God.
We're not gonna speak it up because we don't want to bring that back up. So we're not gonna we gonna let that die down. We're gonna let that die down like the Lakers' chances of winning the title this season. But
did you say that? Did you say that?
Hey man, hey, it is what it is, man. Have you seen
y'all
the
gotta
Lakers?
make the playoffs first?
Okay.
Yeah, have you seen the Lakers? My God, we are trash. My God, what are we doing?
I love it. It's a great time to be a sports fan. The Lakers are trash. The Bengals are in the Super Bowl. It's a great time to be. And the Nets are like on a 10-game losing streak.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. So yeah. They said MJ gang MF. Yeah, it's a sad day for Laker Nation right now. It's all bad that way, bro. When you have Westbrook consoling LeBron and AD, you know your team is lost at that point, bro. Yeah. He's the one doing the consoling. But anyways, Adam and Willie, hope to see y'all back on the show next Monday. Appreciate you guys for kicking it with us.
Definitely.
Appreciate y'all.
I appreciate y'all having me,
guys.
Absolutely. To his team.
Appreciate it, bro. Go
everybody.
Man, we got Adam and Willie as we got this guy B Legend who just popped up on the stage.
Man, he came in a Lakers hat.
What is he wearing? Does he not know they trash right now?
I like the hat though.
No, you don't. Nobody like that hat.
I can't turn my back on the Lakers.
Hey Q, how you doing? Hey D, how you doing?
What's going on?
What's going on, B Legend?
I mean, I just come on the show like I normally do to try to talk sports, and I get on the show and I got somebody want to try to disrespect. We ain't talking about your Cowboys now.
We talking about the Cowboys.
Oh, see, Legend act like he don't always disrespect my Cowboys. That's okay.
Jerseys on now.
Hey, it goes back in the closet next Monday, I promise.
Well, you might just throw that thing in the closet right now because they ain't got a chance.
Hey, here he is.
B Legend, tell him why he need to throw it.
Wait a minute, hold up, Legend. You know what? That's fine because Legend ain't been right this whole playoffs either.
Oh yeah, I have. I ain't been wrong on everything, but I can tell you this. I can tell you this for a fact.
He's right on one, huh?
I'm right on this one because I'm gonna tell you flat out. You can say whatever you want to say and talk about Joe Cool and everything else. They ain't got nobody to stop them four monsters up front. And that's a fact.
I can't argue that.
That is a fact.
I will not argue with that.
Number two, if you can't stop them four monsters up front or three, whatever you want to call it, you can't run the ball. So now, since you can't run the ball, then you got that other guy, number 5, that's sitting out there that's going to jump on Jamar Chase. Ooh, things just got tight. Things just really got tight. So now you gonna tell me that your Super Bowl hopes are gonna ride with Tyler Boyd and Higgins? Come on, man.
We gonna act like T. Higgins didn't have a good season this year?
That's not what I said. I'm saying you think that those two guys are gonna be good enough to beat the Rams?
I like T. Higgins.
B Legend.
I like T. Higgins.
They didn't want to listen to me.
Now, and here's the thing. I'm just talking straight football. It ain't happening. I mean, listen, Joe Burrow, the next big thing, whatever. But I said it, and I said it last week, and I'm gonna say it again. Hey, they had a great playoff matchup. They was able to beat the Titans, able to beat Kansas City, able to beat Oakland. The Raiders, whatever. They're in a great situation, dude. You better love it while you can, because it ain't happening no more. They ain't getting back. It ain't gonna happen. Ain't nobody gonna listen.
You said they won't. Hang on, wait. You said they won't get back. That's what you said, right? Back. So you're saying there's no chance of them getting back to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, they're not getting back to the Super Bowl.
Why is that?
Why would they?
Who's gonna put them out?
Listen, man. Listen. I'm gonna equate them like I'm gonna look at them like Portland.
Okay.
Portland went to the NBA Finals back in the early '90s. Maybe I think once.
Yeah, they lost to the Pistons, right?
No, they lost. No, they went twice then because they lost to the Bulls too.
Bulls. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So here's my point. Hey man, it may be all good, but the thing is, nobody wants to play in Cincinnati. See, so what I did this week, I went out and I just asked people just to see if I was correct with my thought process. Then I went out and I just started asking random people, "Hey, are you a Bengals fan?" And majority of those people said, "Man, I'm so sick of these fake Bengal fans, and all of a sudden they Bengal fans and this and that." And you know what majority of these people say? They ain't even got no interest in this game. And I told y'all that up front, they ain't got no interest. The league that lost a bunch of money, they ain't got no interest. But it is what it is. But at the end of the day, next week, we ain't going to be talking this noise. Aaron Donald going to have his first ring. You're going to put that jersey back where it belongs, in the closet, underneath wherever the hell you found it from, and we're going to move on with life. Because this is short-lived. I mean, these fools out here trying to compare this man to Tom Brady. Tom Brady. You got to be kidding. Joe Burrow, you're going to compare him to Tom Brady.
We'll never see what Tom Brady did again. I don't think we will.
Come on, man.
No, hell no.
But
what I will say is I think Joe Burrow was better than Tom Brady was at this stage of his career.
Coming out of college, yeah, for sure.
I will say that. But if y'all think that this dude is even remotely close, come on, man. Y'all need to stop. Just stop.
I've seen the comparisons. I'm not ready. I'm nowhere near ready to try to say that.
Yeah.
But I brought it up last week because you brought this same thing up, but nobody was playing Cincinnati.
No.
And I'm going to bring up the same thing I brought up to you last week to answer that question. Players want to play with star players. Rob Gronkowski came out and said he wouldn't mind playing with Joe Burrow.
That is true.
Now, that's just one superstar. You're saying there might not be other superstars that don't want to play with Joe Burrow?
It's bigger than playing with Joe Burrow. It's the city. It's the market. All that comes into play.
I agree. I agree with that. You're absolutely right. Cincinnati is a small market. You're absolutely right. But what I'm telling you is they're about to have a whole lot of money. They're about to be top 5 in the cat.
Right.
Super Bowl or not after next Monday.
Okay, that's fine. And I'm gonna sit here and
if they get this money, if they start spending like they should and go get some offensive linemen, I don't see why they can't go on a run in the AFC the next few years.
I'm gonna tell you why, Hot Dog, and B Legend didn't bring this up, but I'm gonna tell you why. I think we talked about this on last week's show about the quarterbacks in the AFC. You have Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes. Who else is in the AFC that's coming up right now? Justin Herbert. Like, there's a whole gauntlet that he's going to have to continuously get through in order for the Bengals to get back to the Super Bowl. So not only what B Legend was just alluding to, he's got to beat a whole list of elite quarterbacks in the AFC just to get to the AFC title game, let alone to the Super Bowl. So
let me make Daniel smile real quick. Lamar Jackson is never going to be that guy. He's just not going. He's just not.
I'm not saying Lamar Jackson's that guy, but he's still a formidable quarterback that Joe Burrow is going to have to see in the playoffs.
You just need to cross him off the list because Joe Burrow decapitated that man twice this year, and you just cross him off the list. Now Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes.
Was he hurt though? Was he hurt?
No, he wasn't hurt yet. I don't believe he got hurt after that.
Okay. Yeah.
So you take off Lamar Jackson. Now you're right about Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes ain't going nowhere. Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. They got some things they need to fix on that team, obviously. Josh Allen is still going to be there. He's going to in the next 2 or 3 years. We'll talk about him getting the Super Bowl. In my opinion, I totally agree with that.
No question.
I don't think the Chargers organization will ever put Herbert in a position to make it.
I don't trust him.
I don't trust the organization. I don't trust the organization as much as I trust my Cowboys organization. I just don't.
Okay, but this is another factor that nobody's really bringing into the equation is we don't know what future quarterbacks are coming into the league that's going to be like Joe Burrow. There's going to be like Pat Mahomes. There's going to be like Josh Allen.
I don't know. You seen the quarterbacks coming out this year?
Well, I'm not just talking about this year. I'm talking about now in the next 5 years that there's going to be more quarterbacks like Justin Herbert and because these quarterbacks are adapting to the NFL a lot quicker than what we seen when we were coming up. So these quarterbacks. Go ahead, Daniel. What'd you say?
I was saying because it's a passing league now. So now I mean, that's what they do. That's what you go to the camps, they 7-on-7 drills. That's what they're doing. They're working on passing. So when they come in the league, shit, they ran spread offense in college. Now the league's running spread offense. So
they just adapting right onto the NFL. So that's why I said we don't know what the quarterback crop is going to look like within the next 5 years. And if right now there's any indication, it's not going to get no easier for the Bengals in the AFC. And NFC, if they was over, they might have a little easier road.
But we talk about small markets and players. I think Legend was the one who keeps talking about how getting players to come to these small markets. Buffalo's not a big market.
Yeah, but Buffalo's Buffalo. There's a difference.
What's so special about Buffalo?
I mean, it's a legacy, man. It's Buffalo. You will play for. But here's the other point to that. Okay, hot dog. Let's roll with that for a second. If you want to make the comparison or make the analysis and say, okay, well, what about free agents? Well, why wouldn't they go to Kansas City? Why wouldn't they go to Buffalo? They got just as good a chance to win. Why do they got to go to Cincinnati?
I agree with that. But that was my point was if they're going to go to Kansas City or Buffalo, why not Cincinnati? So I was making the same argument as you just did.
But Cincinnati is not Buffalo. Cincinnati is not Kansas City. These are legendary teams.
What's so legendary about Buffalo? They lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. That's the only thing I know about Buffalo.
It doesn't matter. I mean, but they're legendary. You tell me then. Tell me, what has Cincinnati done?
I'm gonna put
historically, what have they done?
The same as Buffalo. They both went to the Super Bowl and they both lost. Neither one have a Super Bowl.
Okay, but who I'm just gonna ask a simple question. Who would you rather play for, Buffalo or Cincinnati? You gonna say Cincinnati. Most people gonna say
Can I tell you
Buffalo.
why though? Before you
I mean, that's fine. Go ahead.
I'm not playing in that weather up in Buffalo. It just ain't happening. There's no way. I don't know how Green Bay.
If you got a better chance to win a Super Bowl ring, you're not playing in Buffalo? Yeah, you are.
Who's to say they have a better chance now?
They do, because look at the division. First of all, you have the Miami Dolphins, who are horrible right now.
For real.
Yeah, so like the Buffalo Bills have the potential to win that division for at least the next 3 to 4 seasons at worst. Versus the Cincinnati Bengals, you got the Rams. I mean, not the Rams. You got the Ravens. You got the Steelers. You got the Browns. So it's going to be a little bit harder for them to win their division year in and year out.
I agree with that. I'm not. You can take Cleveland out of the equation. As long as Baker Mayfield's there, they ain't winning nothing.
You're right.
And the Steelers, it's a huge question mark of what they do with their quarterback. If they get Jimmy Garoppolo, you might as well cross him off the list as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. No
So that's what I'm saying is that I think Cincinnati. I'm just saying, I like what they did this year. They got a lot of money to use. Plus, I just think they could go. I'm not saying they're going to go to the Super Bowl every year. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they're going to start winning more divisions than not. Is my point.
And all I'm saying is they can win as many divisions that they want to win. What I'm saying is, hey, ride it, man. Ride it.
Ride the wave.
Ride it in 22. Ride it, because it ain't happening. It's not happening. It's not going to happen next year. It's not going to happen the year after. I just don't believe it. I mean, they came out of nowhere. They got what they got. I'm not hating on. I don't believe it. I think it was the right time. I think they played the right teams, and they won. If Kansas City wouldn't have been arrogant, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Yeah, if the Bengals had played the Bills, this wouldn't even.
I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly, because I told people on Facebook. I said, and I think I said it on the show a few weeks ago. I said the Bengals need to cheer for the Chiefs, because I did not like that matchup against Buffalo. I'm not saying Buffalo's a better team than Kansas City, but I'm just saying to Buffalo, I think Cincinnati matched up better with Kansas City, and they beat them twice.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
But Cincinnati get their chance next year. They'll have to play Buffalo next year.
Oh yeah, they will.
And they go beat them.
And Buffalo won't give them the business too.
Man, what is so special about Buffalo? I don't understand. What's so special about
Buffalo? Is in New York for one, hot dog. That is not a comparison.
No. I'm talking about talent wise. As a team, talent wise, what's so special about Buffalo?
They're better than Cincinnati.
Defensively
and offensively.
Let's break this down.
Break it down.
Josh Allen versus Joe Burrow. Who you taking?
I'm taking Josh Allen. That's my guy.
Really?
Yeah, let me get Josh Allen. I like the cool Joe, but let me get Josh Allen.
Really?
I'm just asking.
Josh Allen almost broke the playoff record in 2 games.
Josh Allen, hands down. Hands down.
Yeah. So, I mean.
Hands down.
Okay. Who we taking at running back? Devin Singletary or Joe Mixon?
Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
Who we taking?
Let's stop right there. Based upon what you're saying, with free agents and them going out to get players, everybody knows Buffalo needs a running back.
Yep.
So what happens if they get a running back?
They'll make it. Then I will probably put that needle way over towards Buffalo
because you know they're gonna get a running back. But anyway, go ahead, continue.
So receiver group, of course, you got Stephon Diggs.
Ain't no question.
Y'all ain't taking him over Jamar Chase.
Ain't no question. I'm taking Stephon Diggs.
I always got to see more than 1 year out of somebody because he can do this, and next year he might only be 1,080, which ain't bad.
Who's the number 2 in Buffalo? Is it Gabriel Davis, who had one good game, or is it Cole Beasley?
He's been consistent all year, though. You ain't been watching Buffalo. He's been consistent all year.
Yeah, Gabriel Davis had 12 touchdowns last year.
Been consistent all year.
Yeah.
Now, I will take Buffalo's defense over Cincinnati for
ain't no question.
Sure. No question.
No question. So the money on the line, who am I taking? The Bengals or Buffalo? I'm taking Buffalo.
Taking Buffalo in the points. But anyways, man, we got 3 Rams victories with 1 Bengals victory. So we'll figure out what's going to happen Super Bowl Sunday. But speaking of what's going on in unpredictability, we got James Harden trade rumors heating up over the past 24 hours. There are reports that James Harden is unhappy being in Brooklyn and reportedly wants out of Brooklyn. So the only logical choice for the trade to make sense would be Ben Simmons for James Harden. They rumored to have a trade in place for James Harden, but the Philadelphia 76ers said hell no to the rumored trade, which was let me pull it up. So the 76ers were supposed to get James Harden and Patty Mills, and the Nets received Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Matisse Thybulle, and Andre Drummond, and the 76ers declined as they should have. So, fellas, will James Harden get traded by tomorrow's NBA trade deadline? Hot dog floor is yours first.
No, because if the 76ers weren't accept that, I don't see any other team or the Nets being able to give up James Harden for anything substantial. And I have a comment to make. Do the 76ers think that Ben Simmons is Magic Johnson? I would take a bologna sandwich and a bag of chips for Ben Simmons. Are you serious?
Hey,
I thought that was – what was they going to give up, James Harden and Patty Mills?
That's more than enough.
I thought that was a very fair trade. James Harden is better than anyone they just named off that 76er squad they were trying to get trade up.
And then you're getting Patty Mills.
And you're getting a good point guard. The Nets in return would get, of course, Seth Curry and Thybulle, who's one of the better defensive players in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So 76ers are just stupid. They are just dumb at this point. They might as well bring that guy back. They had Sam Hinkie, whatever his name was, the godfather of the process. Bring him back because this is not it. They are trash.
Not it.
But no, I don't believe James Harden gets traded. I do not. If that didn't go through, I don't think it'll happen. No.
Bet. Daniel, what's your thoughts, man? You think James Harden will get traded by tomorrow's trade deadline?
I've been hearing the noise for 2 months. You see, I don't even chime into these combos and topics that people bring up because talk is just talk at the end of the day until some action follows. So everybody has to have a story. The Knicks are trash this year. The Nets can't stay injured, but New York has to have a story. So this has been the headline for 2 months.
Yep.
I don't know if James Harden wants to be in or out. I think he wants to be in New York, but like they said even on ESPN, we've all been gypped. They played 16 games together. I think they've played about 150 games total. They played 16 games together. This is not what he envisioned because at this point in this season, James Harden is doing the same thing he was doing in Houston. Getting 48, 50 wins by himself, playing with guys only capable of maybe being 6th man of the year. That's not going to win him a championship. He's 31 years old. He don't want to play like that no more. So, and then not to mention, they brought up the New York mandate. You won't be able to play if you're not vaccinated. KD said, I'll take the vax. Harden, I'll take the vax. Kyrie, no. Well, if I'd have known that, I probably wouldn't have came here. I just would have went straight to Philly if the Philly was willing to trade for me in 2020.
I'm so tired of Kyrie, man. I'm so tired of Kyrie.
And Kyrie's my guy, and I do respect his choice not to take the vaccination. But my point is, if we the 3 superstars and 2 of the 3 take it, I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, you're still affecting what I came here for. So I'm still
Right.
not sitting in a good spot with me. So yeah, like I get now he's part-time. They keep bringing up the plant-based vax. They keep bringing up they're gonna lift the mandates. I've been hearing all this stuff, and until it happens, I just don't believe it. I don't think James Harden gets traded. I've been saying that. That's why I don't chime in on people keep posting all this stuff. And like Hot Dog said, if they didn't take the trade today when they was throwing all that in and the Sixers denied it, he's not going nowhere.
No.
I think KD gets healthy, and it'll be him and KD. We'll see what they can do. Kyrie's part-time. I think part-time might be a good thing because he won't have one of those fluke accidents.
It's always something.
I don't think nothing was ever wrong with his hamstring. Patty Mills talked about him. He said he looked fine to me. He went and lifted weights. He practiced. So I don't think it happens. If it didn't happen today, I don't see it happening. I see it being part-time Kyrie, KD, and them going at least to the second round of the playoffs. Then he's going to be gone in the offseason, I think. But it'll be a sign and trade because if he doesn't do a sign and trade, he'll be losing out on a lot of money.
Man, I think before I let the elder statesman be legend speak what he got to say, to me, I don't think James Harden will get traded, but not for the reasons that I just alluded to. I actually think that the trade is giving up the 76ers are actually giving up too much for James Harden, to be honest, because Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Thibault, and Andre Drummond. So basically the Nets want in return positions that are fulfilling their needs. And first of all, the 76ers are taking most of the risk because they don't know if James Harden is going to resign or not. So if they give up all of these players and then James Harden doesn't resign, then they just stuck with Joel Embiid and no real other role players to go around them. So
but they getting rid of Ben Simmons. That's the reward.
And I get that. But that's what I'm saying. If I'm the 76ers, I'm taking all of the risk because I give up all of this for a guy I don't even know who's going to come back and resign or not. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, this trade happens, and then James Harden, they go, let's say, Eastern Conference Finals and get knocked out. James Harden, he has stated that he wants to explore free agency. Well, if he explores free agency and goes to a better situation, now what do the 76ers do? Exactly. Now
I really think that I don't know. I just don't agree with the 76ers taking more of the risk because they've already lost Ben Simmons. He refuses to play. He's lost what, $20 million in fines or something or another. So I mean, you got a better chance of bringing James Harden back than you do Ben Simmons. So no, I think it'd be the Nets taking the chance instead of. But the Nets
is going to be good because the Nets is going to have Ben, KD, and Kyrie at least under contract for the next 2 to 3 seasons. So if you
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to disagree because Ben Simmons is trash. He does not make nobody better.
But he's still under contract though, so at least you still got this guy for another 2 to 3
okay. I'm sorry. I see what you're saying now.
Yeah, so
as a player,
as a player, you still got him for another 2 to 3 seasons. So the Nets is good. We got our core 3. We good. We can just build around this. We let James Harden go. He walks. Then it's just Joel Embiid and a bunch of role players for the 76ers. I don't want that.
But you don't know if he's going to re-sign with the Nets or not either.
Who's that?
James Harden.
But he said when he left in 2020, he was going to test out free agency because he never really did. Because when he left OKC, it was like, I really wanted to come back to OKC, but they gave me like a 2-day deadline to even think about it. So I just took the $80 million and went to Houston because
I thought he got traded to Houston.
No, he did, but he only got traded because he didn't resign. But his contract
was
up, and he could have got a max deal, which at the time was what Houston was willing to pay him. They couldn't give him that because of Westbrook and KD.
Yeah, they should have got rid of Westbrook.
But the one good thing I will say, Hot Dog, and you brought this up, which is a good point, is that if the 76ers do this deal, they do get off of Ben Simmons and that saga and his contract. Now, the only problem with that is, will you be able to sign free agents off of that contract after that cap space that you just created by trading away Ben Simmons? So that is one good plus you get from trading away Ben Simmons is you get rid of that contract and that headache. But
I still think they could bring other players in to play who would want to play with Joel Embiid.
And this is my thought process before I let B cook. Make the trade. in the offseason, let's say James Harden says he doesn't want to resign. Okay, cool. We got that cap space. We go after a big name free agent. We do a sign and trade, give up Tobias Harris, get that superstar player in there. Now we got a superstar player to play up with Joel Embiid, and we got rid of Tobias Harris at the same damn time. So if anything, that's what my thought process for the 76ers. But B Legend, what's your thoughts? Do you think James Harden get traded by tomorrow?
I think it's a strong possibility. I mean, I think all the things that are happening, you know, talking about his hamstring and all that stuff. I think it's all smoke and mirrors. I mean, of course you can say it's his hamstring because that's what he said for the last, you know, last season and stuff like that. So could it be? Yeah, but I think it's smoke and mirrors. I mean, I think the things that you all are forgetting is that, you know, Philly's not going to make that deal if James Harden is not committed to signing next year, regardless of what he says, regardless of the fact that he wants to test free agency or not. Philly would be crazy to make that deal and give up everything and not have a commitment that James Harden's going to sign. That's just not real. So, you know, if he went to Philly or wherever he goes, you know, it would have to be something like that. And to go to Philly, now he can go to one of these other little teams, and he makes so much money. I don't know what assets they would put into that. He'd probably have to grab a couple other teams to make that deal work. But to him to go to Philly, you know, he would have to commit to staying because Philly would be crazy to give up all those assets and get nothing. Now, on the net side of it, you got to think of it from this perspective. Even though you're right, D, that, you know, it would be smart on his end to basically say, hey, look, let's do a sign and trade so he can max out his money.
Right.
You know, other people, you know, he may take the other bro and say, I don't. He may get so pissed off that they didn't trade him. He may say, hey, the hell with it. I mean, I got this deal from Adidas. I'm making all this money. I'm good. I'm out. So then they get nothing for him.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's holding the team hostage. So, you know, they got to figure that whole dynamic out. Now, internally, what I'm hearing is that, you know, he's pissed off at the organization. He's pissed off at Kyrie. He's pissed off at how things are going, which is, you know, typical, you know, James Harden drama. That's what he does. But I am surprised that it would get to this point, you know, because you still got KD. Him and KD are cool. So what has happened? What has happened? This thing is falling apart. And see, I think that's a lot of things that people are thinking about. Like, okay, KD's hurt right now. Okay. Yeah, they've lost 8 straight, 9 straight. Okay, I get it. But you still have KD. Even though Kyrie's doing the silly stuff he's doing, you still have KD, and that's your guy. And all of a sudden, you want out? Like, what's really going on? So there's some stuff that's going on behind the scenes that we are not aware of for him to get to this point. So it would not surprise me that if that happened. But then again, maybe nothing does happen, and now you got him there, and then you don't know what the hell you're going to do. If you're the Nets.
That's the thing is, with all these injuries that they've had, which has been nothing but injuries since they've been there, does he even trust that, okay, KD's going to get healthy, but will he stay healthy? Because it could be in 3 months, it can be me right back out here by myself again, and Kyrie playing times every 5 days. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Let me ask y'all this quick question. It just popped in my head. Are the Nets better off trading Kyrie and keeping James Harden?
Yes.
Yeah, but who's going to take Kyrie?
I don't know.
Detroit would.
Philly would want him, though.
No, not necessarily Philly, but just test the waters and see what's out there for Kyrie, because I truly believe James Harden does want to stay in Brooklyn and play with KD, but like Daniel said, it's all that other nonsense that's coming with Brooklyn that he's just like, man, look, I'd rather not do this, man. I came up here to play with KD. I kind of feel like KD was the glue that held James Harden and Kyrie together, because I don't think James Harden and Kyrie had that type of relationship.
Yeah.
And so I think once KD went out of the equation with the injury, and then it's just James Harden and Kyrie. James Harden's like, man, I really ain't trying to play with Buddy for real. No. So I think he's kind of soured on him. So I actually think that the Brooklyn Nets would be better off seeing what they can get for Kyrie rather than James Harden.
Yeah, I'd rather have James Harden over Kyrie, definitely.
But my question is, why would you, like, who would trade for him? Like, who would want to deal with, who would want to deal with that temperament, You know that. I mean, this guy has basically come out and said, "Hey, basketball is just a 9-to-5 job."
Yeah.
You know, so if your organization, you know, I mean, I guess if you're willing to take that, I mean, if you're a place, a city that he can play there, and you know, it's just that when he goes to New York, he can't play. Then, okay, I mean, depending if you're in the West, I mean, hell, that's 4 games, no, 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, plays the Nets, he plays New York. Those are only 2 games he can play. So from that perspective, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess it could work, but I mean, you got to deal with that temperament. One day, Kyrie just be like, he ain't coming to practice, or what happened? They trade him somewhere where he don't want to be. Then what? Because clearly he's already proved that he don't really care about the money.
The societal events that happened today has me distraught, and I'm gonna take a week off from my mental.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, you just you don't know what you're gonna get with Kyrie. So, I mean, so if I'm a team, I mean, why would I take him? If I take him, I'm gonna take him plus something else. You're gonna have to do something else. You're gonna have to throw some pick. You have to do something for me to just roll the dice like that.
Hey, Detroit would take him. We'll take anybody.
But I also
They
heard, and I don't know how true it is, but I also heard that James Harden don't like living in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I don't know how true that is, though.
I agree with Donovan when I was thinking of where he could go, but I don't know what they would give up. But I think I don't know. I mean, if he liked Houston, I think he would like Atlanta. I mean, you know, he's a West Coast guy. I can see why he wouldn't like New York. You definitely gotta have acquired taste to live there. Visiting is cool.
Yeah.
I can see ATL. I think that's more of his vibe. It's a more closer to Houston. You know,
I can see that. I mean, you know, you look at it. He was in H-Town. You know, I mean,
that's different.
You know, it's H-Town. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, he had all kind of action in H-Town. You know,
yeah.
New York is just
they got him, but it's just different.
Yeah, it's just different. It's just different. You know, Houston is another version of a chocolate city.
Mm-hmm.
You know, New York is New York. That's a melting pot. You know, so it's a different vibe. It's a different everything. So, I mean, I'll go on record and say it would not surprise me if he's traded at all. I would say that he is traded. It's just, you know, where is he going? What team is he going? And what are going to be the parameters around that? Because, as I said before, there's no way you trade for him without a commitment that he's going to sign next year.
There it is. And speaking of loyalty and teams and players being loyal, CJ McCollum just got traded to the New Orleans Pelicans. Don't know why. Don't know where that trade even came from. Don't know what's going on with that situation. But nonetheless, Dame is set to be in Portland all by himself yet again. Portland has came out and said they have plans to rebuild around Dame Lillard. I don't know how that's going to go, but nonetheless, what do you guys see next for Dame Lillard? What is his next move? Be legend, floor is yours.
Ooh. I just don't see how he can stay in Portland. I mean, with what? I mean, they just made another trade.
Norman Powell's gone.
I mean,
yeah, they have nobody.
Yeah, I mean, I think they just did a trade for Ingles. Ingles from the Jazz just got traded there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, but you know, he got torn ACL, so he's out anyway. So
I didn't know you could trade injured players. I did not know that.
Yeah, Ricky Rubio.
That's where I first started wondering. Like, I didn't know you could trade injured players.
Yeah, but also remember, Ricky Rubio is on an expiring contract, so it don't matter. They don't care because 9 times out of 10, you know, in that situation, you know, they're clearing cap room and everything else, you know, in that deal. So that's where that comes from. But
shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers for having a better team than the LeBron's Lakers. Shout out to Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Dame has been loyal. He's been out there. He's been stating that he's loyal. He wanted to, you know, be loyal to Portland and try to bring them a championship. But as I was stating earlier, I mean, I think part of the problem is this. The first thing is I don't care who you are. I don't care what the money is or anything. Just step back from it and look at it. Portland has had money for years.
Yeah.
And they've tried to give away the farm to players, and players will not go to Portland. They won't go to Portland. So what would make you believe that now all of a sudden they're going to go to Portland? I don't believe that. There's no marquee player that's going to Portland. So with that being the case, Dame's in the situation. Dame's gonna have to get off the loyalty tip. Maybe he needs to call Kevin Garnett and let Kevin Garnett talk to him. But he's gonna have to get off the loyalty tip and figure out where he wants to go. He wants to go out west. If he wants to go out west, there's only one team he can go to in the West. I mean, that's pretty much clear as day where he's gonna go if he goes to the West.
Not to cut you off, B-Legend, but this report just came through. The Lakers may trade Russell Westbrook for John Wall if LeBron James pushes for it.
That's correct.
Go ahead,
and they said in that situation that not John Wall, but LeBron would have to basically abandon the whole Brody program, and they would have to basically throw Westbrook under the bus.
Throw him under the bus.
And, but again, if you're the Lakers, you're going to jump into another $40 million deal with John Wall.
John Wall ain't played in 2 years?
Since last year. He looked pretty good.
He looks good.
I like his game way better than I like Westbrook.
Absolutely.
He in his workouts at the poster, he looks great. But again, hot dog, to your point, he ain't played. So so what are you gonna get?
He plays better than shooting the ball at the top of the backboard repeatedly.
Yeah,
and he's torn his ACL a couple of times. Am I wrong? Am I right?
No, he had knee surgery. He had
Achilles and knee.
He tore his Achilles.
Okay, it's Achilles. Okay.
Yeah, but no, man, I just don't see. If I'm Portland, you've torn this thing down, so you might as well go ahead and trade him and be done with it.
Get
but
a full rebuild.
Is, what are you gonna get for him?
I saw the Lakers trade for him. They would have to give up Horton Tucker, Westbrook.
Bye.
2025 first, not even 2025.
27.
27 first.
Jesus.
Oh well, we don't need that.
And it was somebody else.
Nah, he can go too. Anybody not named AD and LeBron, bye. They make AD the right offer come, you can go too.
Do you really need to keep AD?
That's why I said the right offer come, you can go too.
Yeah, I mean, and so if I'm him, I gotta be like, look, y'all turn. I mean, who's left, man? You just got. Just think about this for a second. You just traded Norm Powell and Robert Covington for Eric Bledsoe. What's your guy? I can't think of his name.
Josh Hart, Tamaya Sederansky, Nickeil Alexander Walker, and Didi Lozada, whoever that is.
Who came from the Clippers? Winslow, Eric Bledsoe, and somebody else. What are we doing? What are we doing?
We feeling Portland with a bunch of role players and Dame.
Right.
So if you're Dame, don't get me wrong. What Portland has done is they've cleared room where they can go out here. They got money. They got trade exceptions. They can go do a lot of stuff. But again, let's just call it spade a spade. Who's going to Portland?
Nobody.
It's the, and I hate saying this, it's the LeBron effect. LeBron was in Cleveland, and as great as he was, nobody still wanted to go to Cleveland.
Nobody, no.
As great as he was, nobody still, and when he did, he got aging Shaq, Antoine Jameson, these type of guys. No real all-star, superstar level players.
No help.
Nobody wanted to go to Cleveland. And Dame is I think deep down inside, Dame really wants to go, but I think his pride won't let him come out and say it. So instead, he wants the organization to make the decision for him, so he can look like the good guy in the situation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Do you realize Portland is like over there, like way over there? Portland's like in another atmosphere. That's how far Portland is. Portland's a long way away. Ain't no market, ain't no nothing. And that's why I was going back to what I was saying, hot dog, about Cincinnati. There's no market. I get it. You say, well, why wouldn't you want to play with Joe Burrow? Well, okay. Well, why wouldn't you want to play with Dame Lillard?
Can't really argue with that one.
But you can give up Westbrook, Taylor Horton.
Oh yeah,
Tucker,
but we
Monk, DeAndre Jordan, Dwight
That's
Howard,
what it is.
Magic
That's what it
Johnson,
was.
age, whatever else y'all want.
Malik
That's
Monk,
what it was. D. They would have to give up Malik Monk too. That was the other one.
Bye.
Bye.
Man, this whole team terrible. I love it.
Bye, Felicia. But anyways, man. Daniel, what's next for Dame Lillard, man? What's his next move? What's he got to what should he do next this upcoming offseason?
him and Bill, they confuse me. I like both of them. Y'all know Bill's my guy. I've been saying that was his team for 10 years or so, 8, 9, something like that. They're just too loyal. I don't know if they just rooted into the city, if they I mean, anybody in the world would not fault them if they left either one of those situations.
No, definitely not.
Oh, that's the crazy thing is that nobody would be mad at them if they wanted to leave. Like, we get it, we understand, bro. We see it.
So yeah, I don't know what's next. Hopefully, he doesn't do the KG and give his best years because I mean, now he's starting to get hurt here and there. So,
and Bradley Beal been in the league almost 10 years now.
The Lakers like to make stuff happen. For some reason, I don't see the Lakers getting him, though. If he goes anywhere and they don't get Harden, I can see them Philly trying to get him, but I don't know. I don't know where he would go.
Well, the report is that Bradley Beal just got shut down for the season. So even if they do trade for Bradley Beal, he won't be able to contribute nothing for the 76ers this season if they was to pivot.
I was meaning Lillard going to the Sixers.
Oh, okay. My bad. I thought you were meaning Bradley Beal. Yeah, that's the play. You know what I'm saying? Try to get Dame Lillard to come over and pair up with Joel Embiid, which I feel like they should have made that trade months ago, regardless, because Ben Simmons wasn't going nowhere. And if you knew you was trading CJ McCollum, then go ahead and get Dame up out of that too. The
76ers could make the same trade for Dame that they tried for James Harden.
Yeah.
I mean,
so he
either way it would help. You get rid of Ben Simmons.
The playoffs many years straight with Dame, but the thing is, what are we playing for? Just to get to the playoffs? Like, if that's what you're
trying to win,
then cool. Like, keep Dame, but Dame is trying to win a championship. Dame ain't trying to play to just go to the playoffs. I mean, hell, the Memphis Grizzlies was just trying to get to the playoffs last season. Like, these guys don't want. Dame Lillard is 32. He's on the back end of his career. He's tired of just making the playoffs. He's trying to get to the NBA Finals. And being in Portland with that team that they just constructed to put around him is not going to work. Nor are free agents lining up to be like, you know what? I need to get to Portland this offseason, bro. Like me, Dame, and it's just not going to happen. And Dame got to understand that. Like, he got to understand that that's it. Nah, LA's where it needs to be. LA is where it needs to be. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna cut this clip up and tag Dame in this clip, man. But Hot Dog, I didn't get your take, man. What's next for Dame?
Man, I like you kept saying I don't think his pride will let him want to leave Portland. I think he wants out of there because he's never going to win a championship in Portland. And I think last couple years he said that. I figured he probably thinks that he could get somebody to come want to play with him. Nah, man, nobody's coming to Portland. You need to do you, man, and do what LeBron and all these other guys did. Leave and win you a championship. Get up out of there.
Yeah, buddy.
And that's the thing that, you know, he needs to look at KD. He needs to look at, you know, LeBron, for instance, Kyrie as well. Like, these are guys who are trying to get into other situations to better themselves to win a ring. KD knew he wasn't going to win at OKC. Hey, bro, I got to get out of here. I don't care if it is with Golden State. I'm going to go get this ring. LeBron, hey, look, I don't care if I do got to get Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, you know, whoever else. I got to get this ring. Dame Lillard, if you want to be considered a great, then you got to go get that ring, or else you're just going to be another really good player that nobody really talks about after you retire. Yep. Just like Patrick Ewing, just like, you know, a whole other list of NBA players who are great players that nobody talks about after they retire because unfortunately they ain't got no rings. Karl Malone, nobody talks about. People talk more about KG and Tim Duncan than Karl Malone, and Karl Malone got more points than both of them.
Yep.
If you want a star, trade Kyrie Irving for Dame Lillard.
I would.
And and I'm pretty sure Oregon is
Kyrie off. I would do that.
The only reason I'm saying that is because they both around that close to 30 point per game score, but at least Dame is going to play every game.
But I think Oregon is more Kyrie seen, though.
I bet it is more Kyrie seen.
Yeah. I mean, he lives there. You know what I mean? Like he's been, living there in that area.
Kyrie lives in Oregon.
Oh, you mean Portland is more of his scene? Yeah, I mean, you get high and stuff like that. Yeah.
And the whole vaccination thing is not really on Oregon's priority list.
Yeah.
So I could see him enjoying living in Portland. I could see that.
If Kyrie was to go to Portland, we would not hear from Kyrie no more.
Oh
No.
no! I don't even think that he would accept the trade. I think he would retire.
You think he'll do the what's my man's name? Ricky Williams?
What did Ricky Williams do?
Kyrie is the NBA version of Ricky Williams. Thank you, Daniel. You just pretty much put it all into perspective.
In touch with his inner soul. He was spiritual. He quit the NFL to go over to London. This is when marijuana really wasn't that big here as far as like the legal side of it. And he just smoked weed, wore his little like, I don't even know what those little outfits are called, like leisure suits or something. And he just meditated. That's what he did. And he rushed for like 1,000 yards this last year and just went to go smoke.
Ricky Williams was so good though. I love Ricky Williams.
So that's
Ricky Williams was great, but Ricky Williams just wanted to smoke weed. So hey,
that's it.
That's what comes with it.
He wanted to cheap it up.
Hey, you do what you do, bro. Do what you do, man. But anyways, we get ready to get on up out here. But before we do, I'm gonna get a round of horn real quick. Super Bowl scores. I was joking earlier about the 34-10 score for the Rams and Bengals, but I do got the Rams winning this matchup 21-17 in this matchup. Hot Dog, remind the people who you got in this Rams Bengals Super Bowl.
Bengals 35-31.
Bengals 35-31. Daniel, what you got?
I would hope there would be at least a little bit of defense played, so I'll probably go Rams 28-24. I'll keep it close.
28-24 Rams. Be legend. Let us know, man, what you got in this matchup, the Super Bowl matchup, and just give us a score.
34-17 Rams.
34-17 Rams, and there it is, people. We appreciate everybody who tuned in to another great show. Thank you to everybody who liked, shared, commented during tonight's show. If you can't sit down and watch the show, you can always go back and listen to the show on all major podcast streaming platforms. If you can't sit down and watch the show on your phone, you can always download the Beyond the Game app on your Amazon Fire Stick. Sit down in your living room, your confines of your home, and check out the show that way. So anyways, we up out of here. We holler at y'all next Monday, and as always, we want you to treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama. We out this thing, y'all. Peace.